Good morning, everyone. My name is Ernie Graham. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Homebot, and today I'm going to take you through a short presentation to show you what Homebot is all about. So our story started with this number, 83%. This is the amount of wealth at retirement for the average homeowner in the U.S. that comes from home equity. It's 83%. It's a shocking number. So it's not 401k or savings that people are retiring on. It's actually home equity. So the good news is that for those of us in this industry, we're not just selling homes, we're actually also selling retirement plans. Bad news is that our clients, they don't think of their home as an asset, much less a retirement plan. They just want to live their life, be on the soccer field, spend time with neighbors and family and friends. And because they don't think of their home as an asset, they leave billions of dollars of wealth on the table every single year. If they don't do things like refi when they should, make additional principal payments when they could, cash out and a lot of different things, they're terrible at making home finance decisions. So we built Homebot. It's described as a financial dashboard for the home that empowers the consumer to build wealth with the largest asset that most will ever own. So the short version on this is that, first of all, it is not an app. So even though you'll see on the screen right now that it's presented in the screenshot with an iPhone, it's not a downloadable app. It's actually just a mobile-ready website. So that's number one. Number two, it tracks the client's home value, it tracks their loans, and it tracks their equity. And then it gives them a bunch of personalized intelligence just for them. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So things like refi. I know the refi boom is over, but there's always refis that are happening. And what Homebot does for each client is it helps them understand when they might be able to save money with a refi. Now, the key part of this slide is that Homebot makes it really easy to understand the possibilities and when to take action. Green is good, red is bad. So things like principal payments, which most people understand are a good thing in terms of making additional principal payments. A lot of people don't do it because they don't understand specifically, empirically to their situation, how valuable it can be. So in this case, you've got $300 where Homebot is guessing the client can afford to pay that much, but the client can change that around if they think that that's too aggressive or too conservative. But again, it shows them exactly how much they'd save, whether they have one, two, three, multiple loans, and how many years they could save or take off their loan by making additional principal payments. Things like Airbnb, Homebot models for every address in America, what its potential would be on Airbnb. Now, millennials love this because millennials grew up in a time where it wasn't creepy to, it's not creepy to let a stranger stay in your house when you're not using it. But I would say that pretty much all clients really appreciate this kind of data because it helps them understand sort of the intrinsic value of their home, whether they're renting it or not. Things like mortgage insurance. I know that in real estate the last 7-8 years that a lot of people have not had 80% or 20% down payment. So they had to get mortgage insurance. Well, who's watching that to tell the client when they can get rid of that mortgage insurance? Typically no one. But since Homebot is tracking the equity, it could actually tell them when they could potentially get rid of their mortgage insurance. Really powerful content here. Moving on to, hey, the possibilities of maybe selling your home and upgrading to get your dream home, or maybe pulling cash out to buy a rental property. In other words, diversifying your equity, renting out your current home and buying another, or just selling the current home and pocketing the cash. All of these are possibilities that Homebot helps the homeowner understand, all the way to things like use of equity too, whether it's creating an emergency reserve, paying off student loans, or eliminating credit card debt. So you can see Homebot is really helping your client understand how they can utilize their equity to either save money or build wealth. And now notice here, there's a couple of things like, for instance, splurging on a European vacation. There's a lot of people that use their home like a piggy bank irresponsibly, but if they thought of their home as their retirement plan, they probably wouldn't do things like that. So that's why Homebot classifies that as sort of a red. You shouldn't be buying Teslas. You shouldn't be splurging on vacations using your home equity. So moving forward, Homebot is really addressing a lot of different areas for the consumer, whether it's purchase more, financing and debt consolidation, when to remodel, rent, refi, when to buy, sell, diversify, insurance and taxes. So we're really working on really the entire home ownership life cycle to help the consumer make smarter decisions and ultimately help them become smart and empowered. So in 2019, the new marketing is empowerment marketing. The empowered consumer is the hand raiser. The empowered consumer is the engaged client too. So I always say, if you have a client that doesn't feel very smart about something, they're much less inclined to want to engage with you. So Homebot's job is to empower the consumer. So as we developed Homebot, we made the decision that it would only be available to the consumer through agents and lenders. So that is the distribution model. And it also works out great that way because consumers want to work with their lenders and agents more when it comes to this personal stuff. They just don't necessarily have the right context or time to engage with the agent or loan officer at the right time for these types of questions. And Homebot helps solve that. So let's move forward. So what does it mean for the real estate agent? Well, now you see a screenshot of Homebot where it's branded to Wendy, the real estate agent. First of all, Homebot's always branded to either an agent or a lender. In this case, it's branded to an agent. And the point is now it's a tool that can be given by Wendy to all of her clients and all of her prospects. Why? Because it's a great way to get listings from existing customers or existing homeowners, repeat and referral business, and even lead conversion. We didn't start out thinking about lead conversion or lead generation, but Homebot makes a great tool for that as well. It's very, very easy. You upload your clients into your Homebot account. Homebot engages your clients, and your job is to answer your phone. And it really is that simple. So how does it work? Let's say Wendy uploads her 100 clients. Every single month, each one of Wendy's 100 clients gets an email that looks like this. It's a pretty simple email. It looks like it's coming from Wendy. It's got her branding on it. There's a big pink button in the middle. I always say this is one of the best emails in the industry, not because it has great content, but because it has an amazing open rate of over 70%. So if one of Wendy's clients clicks on that pink button, it actually takes them into their Homebot, or what we like to call their Homebot digest. So the interesting stat about this is that we have an over 45% monthly engagement rate. That means for Wendy and those 100 clients and prospects that she loaded into her Homebot account, almost 50 of them, almost half of them, every single month are in their Homebot, clicking around, engaging with the content. And it's really worked out great too. We, across our entire base of consumers that are on the system by way of our customers, agents and lenders, which is it's in the millions now. We have less than a 2% unsubscribe rate. Homeowners really love this product. And agents tend to call it a listing machine. It's a great way to stay connected to your buyers who have bought homes in the past, and you don't get the surprise one morning waking up and you see that they've listed their property with somebody else. So how does that work? You probably saw home value earlier in one of those screenshots. And I realize that sometimes there's a visceral effect that can have, especially in the real estate world because of Zillow and Zestimates. But Homebot actually flips the script on the Zestimate, or the AVM as we also call it. What it does is that it positions that home value that we pull in from Black Knight Financial Services, and it actually disqualifies it. It calls it unverified. So if your client wants to verify that value, you get a text, you get an email, and you have the ability to adjust that value for your client. It's a very powerful model. So this puts AVMs to work for you, not against you. And ultimately, we want to keep the agent positioned as the expert of home value throughout the ownership life cycle. Once you've modified your client's home value, which you would probably do a CMA to do that, then the home value continues to move over time based on your adjustment to the core AVM. Really powerful stuff. This is how folks get listings. They get engaged to correct that value. Now, there's another part of Homebot where there's a lot of buyer features. I've been focused on the homeowner. I'd like to talk about the buyer or renters for a second. So we've got an entire suite of content for buyers/renters that gets unlocked for free just by connecting your favorite lender into the Homebot platform. We found that lenders can provide a lot of help and assistance to agents when it comes to helping their clients get pre-qualified for loans, but also just answering home finance questions. So in that model, here we are, where we have Wendy, the real estate agent, again, where she's partnered with Ernie, the lender. Wendy, when she sends out Homebot to all of her clients, it's her Homebot, it's her database. But if Ernie is partnered with her, Ernie gets co-branded to all of the sections that involve loans. Now, Ernie, the loan officer, never has any access to Wendy, the real estate agent's database. But again, this is a really powerful way to sort of bring the agent and the lender together to help Wendy's clients save money and build wealth with Homebot. Now, what does these buyer features look like that get unlocked? Well, there's a ton. I'm going to touch on one today, and it's basically a heat map. It's a heat map that we developed that helps buyers and renters understand when and where to buy. So in this case, you see Denver. There's a lot of numbers on this map that basically show the relative buyer's market versus seller's market. So 100 is the, let's say, the hottest seller's market. A 0 would be the coolest buyer's market. And Homebot actually lets the client see where the most popular markets, where you can get the fastest move, cheaper buys, bigger house. Really powerful engagement tool. It is not property search. And that's a real key point here. We realize that most agents already have IDX, and you can actually connect that to this experience too. This actually sits above property search to help, like I said, help the buyer/renter understand when and where that they should be looking to buy a home. All right, let's keep moving here. Homebot, for agents, it's $25 a month, up to 500 clients. It's a $50 one-time setup fee. I've set up a promo code of Live Urban that'll be good through next Wednesday. And you see there's a URL there to sign up, and then that will waive the setup fee. And again, it works with homeowners. And if you partner with a lender, it'll enable the buyer module as well. Homebot's really taken off in Denver. This is our hometown. This is where Homebot is based. Really excited to see the numbers come in here in just 18 months. Over 250,000 homeowners. Actually, it's closer to 300,000 homeowners in the Denver metropolitan market. That's 3 out of 10 homeowners already have Homebot here. Thousands of agents and lenders. It's really gone off like wildfire. And then ultimately, as we look back over the last year and a half, the winning strategy that we've seen is claim your clients. If you're not using Homebot, you should at least give it a try, because it's only a month-to-month subscription. It's not very expensive. Claim your clients, claim your prospects before somebody else does. And we found that to be a very effective strategy. Thank you all so much for your time today. Here's my contact information. I love getting emails and questions about Homebot. And again, thank you so much for your time.